I'm not going to tell you what we have done. We're just going to go out there and we're going to continue to show you. We've made leaps and bounds since the spring, and we're going to continue to take leaps and bounds. So that's a goal of ours, and, we're dead set on proving that. Forget talking about it.
I don't think anybody, including our fan base, are afraid to be the villains. So I think that that's what makes this play special, is that starting with our coaching staff and our players, we enjoy getting in a fight, and we enjoy the close games, and we enjoy the competition.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
I'm Dauber.
And I'm the Indie Kid.
And this is your tailgate show. It's a fan call-in show. We're going to be posting the link for the members of the channel here shortly. Look, guys, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it is a sign of things to come. We were supposed to be joined by the 157 show, going to come on and talk about Alabama. Also, Antonio Bryce, comic book writer, creator, big-time Alabama fan. They didn't show up. I think they're scared. But it's okay. It's okay that the Alabama podcast is not here. The Alabama comic book writer is here, because, Dauber, there's only one thing to say.
We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
That's right.
I don't know
That's right.
any better way to start this show than that right there. Let's run down the live chat. Let's see who is hanging out here on this Saturday evening. Isaac Owens in the house says, "Go Big Orange." Who else we got? We got Mark Wilson hanging out in the chat. We got blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah says, "Go Big Orange, break the streak." I dig it. Look at this. Look at this comment right here. Alan V. Troll Patrol, Uncle Alan in the house. For the first time all year, he is on our side. He is rooting for Tennessee tonight. Tech Shop Talk is in the house. Come on in, guys. Do us a favor. Smash that thumbs up. Let's get things rolling. Vols JP in the house. They scared, Boogie. They scared. I laughed. I got a good laugh this week. It's Thursday. I see JP in the Facebook group. He's all fired up. He's optimistic. He's talking about how Tennessee's going to have a chance. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm not watching the game with JP tonight. Any kid, let's talk a little bit. I was going to, with the Alabama guys coming on, I was going to talk about just the third Saturday in October. And yes, I know it's not the third Saturday. I've been corrected over and over and over. But if you don't get it, then you don't get it. Sorry. But let's talk about this rivalry a little bit. What do you think of when you think the third Saturday in October?
Streaky. That's the one word that comes to mind. Very streaky. I know in the kind of my first memories of it were Alabama had their streak over Tennessee. I remember back in the early 80s, my dad and my papa still had season tickets at the time. Went to Knoxville. Alabama ranked number 1 and Tennessee pulled up. That may have been the video right here, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure what year that video was from, the one you played, but I remember that. But just a lot of streaks. Alabama went on a winning streak, then Tennessee broke it in 94? And then Tennessee went on a streak. They exchanged a couple, and then golly, it's been rough since.
Better late than never. Let's welcome my brother from another mother, Antonio Bryce. Welcome to the show. It's been a minute.
Well, I've never been on Talkin VAWLS before.
Back on the channel. A lot of people are probably like, who is this guy? Actually, they may know you from the Wrestling Council.
Yeah.
Antonio is a comic book writer, creator, but he is also, unfortunately, an Alabama fan. So, I mean, I know we already did this, but, I mean, Antonio.
We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama, whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
Now you've officially been welcomed.
Okay, have you guys seen the line? I'm seeing lines as high as 27 points for the spread. It's going to be a massacre today.
Well, that's what I want to ask you. I was talking to them, talking about what the rivalry means to you, and what does it mean to you guys as Alabama fans? I had Jonathan Ward on from the 157 show this week. Does it even feel like a rivalry, or do you still enjoy? What are you looking for? 15 straight today?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't hate Tennessee, but I mean, my family's from Alabama. This is where I was born, in Alabama, and but when my parents split up, I came to Tennessee as a boy, and I've grown up. So I'll root for the Vols if they're not going against Alabama. But if it's Alabama, that's like my cousins, and like all that. So it's just. I mean, go Bama, roll Tide, but I wish the games were a little bit more competitive over the last few years. I think Tennessee having a good team is not bad. I like watching good football, and when it's all lopsided, with all the coaching shifts in Tennessee and everything, I just would like to see a very competitive Tennessee Vols football program, and that way, when they step on the field against my Alabama Crimson Tide, whether we win or lose, then I know I'm gonna see a good match, and that's what I want to see. I don't think this is gonna be a good match. I think it's gonna be it's gonna look like that Florida game from a few weeks ago, except in the second half, Tennessee's not gonna turn it around like Florida did.
So what do you think? What do you think, Dauber? I hear a lot of people say that, I'd rather see competitive football. We see it from Alabama fans that are, in the chat. We see it from Georgia fans, Florida fans. I ain't wired that way. I loved it when Phil Fulmer owned Alabama. I loved beating them every single week. I don't want a close game. I want a blowout. Dauber, what does this rivalry mean to you? And what do you think, that train of thought Antonio is going down right there, wanting good matchups?
I mean, that's the thing. Growing up, that was the game. Florida didn't come around until the 90s, 2000s. It was Alabama, Tennessee. That's why it's called the third Saturday in October. That's why, it's a rivalry game. Yeah, there have been the streaks that Indy Kid alluded to. Both teams have kind of had periods where they've ran off consecutive years of success against the other. I want Tennessee to go out and win every game. I'm not looking for moral victories or just
very true
showing up and being competitive. No, I want them to win the game. By 1, by 50, it doesn't matter. A W is a W. But realistically, where this team is, what we're looking at for Josh Heupel and this staff is to improve, win the games you're supposed to win, and be competitive in the ones that you haven't been lately. So I'm looking for them to continue cleaning up the mistakes they've made the week before. So looking back to last week and the couple games before that, the big thing for me is special teams. Can they clean up their mistakes on special teams? Because that, in my opinion, that was a big factor last week that cost them that game. Talking about the missed field goal and the muffed punt.
I'm laughing at the chat because they're hysterical. They are absolutely – there are people that are like, oh, don't worry, it's respect. We all love college football. And then there are people that hate Antonio just because he's Alabama.
It is what it is, man. It's like, yeah, man. I'm Alabama Crimson Tide all day, every day.
Indicate what's going through your mind, because everybody thinks that you hate Antonio too, which I know is not true.
No, surprisingly, I was talking about today. I was out. I went over to Academy Sports and was coming out, and the guy in Alabama, I had UT stuff on. He had Alabama, and we started talking about it. I can honestly say I've been to, I think, 3 UT Alabama games. And I know we've all got our bad fans. I've never had an issue with Alabama fans when I've gone to a game. And Tennessee won one of the games, lost 2 of them. And I never, even when Tennessee was beating them, never met any jerk Alabama fans. And again, we've all got our bad ones, but
Absolutely,
Georgia,
yeah.
Florida, I mean, most Georgia and Florida fans are just wasting air on this earth. Alabama fans, man, I can't say anything negative. There's a lot of cool Bama fans.
I almost got into a fight with an Auburn fan because of JP.
Oh, don't start Auburn, man. Yeah. That's just, oh my God. It's like I used to work at a Mapco, and there was an Auburn fan that used to come in. And I worked at that store for 10 years, and most of the years, Alabama would win against Auburn. And then there was that one year when we had that weird field goal right at the end when we were winning, and they came. Oh my God, he came in the store and he was so obnoxious. And I was like, dude, you've lost like 5 straight. What are you talking about? And, it was just terrible. But he was just, that's why I'm saying about it being competitive. They just, if it's just an easy win, nobody, you don't get as passionate. But if it's like, if both of them just go out there and leave it on the field and the other team just comes up a little bit short, you just be like, oh, it's that little twist of the knife, man. You're just like, yeah, you just didn't have it today, did you?
And the trash talk's gone. There's no trash. I mean, since I've known you, we've never once talked trash about Tennessee, Alabama. What am I going to say?
I want to talk trash about this. Like, I want to know that every now and again, when Tennessee step on that field, Alabama's just not going to have it today. And I'll have to take that from you. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time right now, it's not going to be like that. But if they win today, it's going to be all over Sports Center. Everything's and it's just and that's because they are, like I said, when I saw 27 points, I was like, what happened to Tennessee? I was like, 27 points. I don't know. I hope that's not I'm like, yeah, it's not good.
Let's open it up. Antonio, you're more than welcome to stay. Let me say this. It's a fan call-in show. It's Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. We open it up to the members of the channel first. So I'm going to post it on the community. Go to the community tab on the YouTube channel. It'll be under the post where you guys can see it. Keep it civil. If you can't come on and treat Antonio with respect, don't waste my time. But I'm going to go ahead and post it out there now for the members. If you guys got first dibs, if nobody comes in, then we'll open it up to everybody. So there it is. The link is out there. Like I said, just as always, I mean, for the most part, everybody here is cool, especially the members of the channel. So we'll open it up to everybody. For the most part. I saw some people in the chat talking about, who's starting, who's out, who's banged up. Hendon Hooker, I fully expect him to be the starting quarterback. What do you guys think about Tyon Evans? I think it's a good sign that they expected him to play last week, but then didn't. I think he's going to be good to go today.
I agree. Would have liked to have seen him, but I mean, this is a stretch. We talked about it last week. Heading into this stretch of games, starting with Ole Miss, going through Bama, you got the much needed bye week because, I mean, face it, you're 7 games in, you've got guys that are beat up and banged up, and the depth is an issue. So get that bye week, get healed up. Then you got a very winnable game against Kentucky. So, but we can't look forward to that. We're looking to what's happening at 7:00 in Tuscaloosa tonight. So,
I kind of went back and forth on it early in the week. We were talking about this. I think we talked a little bit about it on the live stream, and then a couple of videos. I've just been back and forth on it, and it's. People saying, oh, rest guys. Rest them. Get ready for Kentucky. Josh Heupel's not wired to rest guys. Josh Heupel is going into Alabama today expecting to win. No matter what the four of us think, no matter what the spread says, Josh Heupel thinks he's going to go win. And how do you sell changing the culture and a winning mindset if you're scared to go down there and play to compete? Let me hit this super chat. Chase 92T for 2. Thank you for the super chat. I'm yelling, go Big Orange. I love this channel. Thank you, Chase. We appreciate that. Let me share this real quick. Then we got a bunch of people piling up behind the scenes. We'll get them added. I do want to share this. I made a video on it earlier, but we get more people on the live stream. So I want to talk about the Volunteer Spirit Fund for the Children's Hospital. As you guys know, the way the Ole Miss game ended, it brought up a bunch of negativity. The national media wanted to spin it and talk about how every Tennessee fan was a piece of trash. So this guy, Brent Boutzer, said, hold my beer. He got Jason Swain on board, and they are donating. The goal was originally $250,000 to match the fine that Tennessee got for throwing trash on the field. They've since changed it to $102,455, sitting on $80,000. So go show your support. If you go to GoFundMe, you can just search Volunteer Spirit Fund. Again, the way GoFundMe works, they're linked up with the East Tennessee Children's Hospital. So there's no question of, well, is this Brent guy trustworthy? Is he going to donate the money? He's out of it. He just set it up. The money's going to go straight to the Children's Hospital. A lot of you guys commented. You said you supported it, so we asked that you do that. But I just wanted to share that real quick. Now, let's get some of these diehard Talkin Falls fans on the show. Be nice, be civil. Cody, I see you down there licking your chops. We're going to get you on here. Don't yell at Antonio. UT Pumpkins laughing. I see you guys. Let's get some of these diehards. Oh, look at this idiot. Look at this idiot down here. Look at this guy. Balls JP. It's been a minute. Look, he's been gone so long, he doesn't even know to turn his cell phone sideways.
Turn it sideways.
Look, see how that works, JP? There you go. UT Pumpkins got it. Cody's got it.
Hey, we're all on the same page now.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel like we got to start with JP. JP, this is your game. It's your week. How pissed off are you? How confident are you? And don't talk to me about 11:30 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everything would have to go right for the Vols tonight. But hey, we've been through this for 14 straight years. At some point in time, it's got to end. Hopefully Evans plays. Hopefully Hooker can score some points, and we'll see. I mean, it's going to be obviously a tough matchup. Tennessee's defense was on the field a lot last Saturday, especially with all the just the fact that Tennessee doesn't have the players and the depth. It's going to be extremely tough, but Antonio, I've watched you a lot on the wrestling council y'all had, but tonight I gotta say this right here, boys.
It's not gonna happen. It's gonna be mighty frosty in Knoxville. I understand. There's a lot of orange on this screen right now. It's crazy, but I feel like I'm coming to a wake. And that's what I'm just here to pay my respects.
Wow, Tennessee obviously, has to be the one to make this a competitive rivalry again. And that's what's pained me, 43 years old growing up, in the 80s and 90s, watching Tennessee. I mean, this was the game. And a lot of these guys, in their 20s and teens or whatever, they think it's Florida, but there's major beef between Bama and Tennessee, and that's what's so disgusting about Tennessee is the fact that they just basically just laid down and just didn't do what they should have done, and just so happened all of that happened right there when Saban went to Bama, and they've absolutely owned us. But at some point in time, it's going to turn around, and hey, why not tonight? Go Vols!
Let me hit this super chat real quick. Robert, 45 Tennessee for 10. Thank you for the super chat. Says Tennessee is going to keep it close and might even beat the Tide. Go big. Goodness gracious, Tim, I got to drop you. It's wait. Wait, it ain't Tim. It ain't Tim. I got to fuss at UT Punkin. Goodness gracious, this is what happens on a fan call-in show. Things get crazy, things get wild. But hey, this isn't professional. This is it was kind of funny. The guy, Alabama YouTube channel guy, he sent me a message earlier and he's like, so what's the itinerary? Like, what are we going to go through? Like, clearly you've never watched the Tailgate show. There's no itinerary. The volume's awful. Everybody's coming in on cell phones. That's what it's all about. Let's throw it over to Cody. Cody, you got some confidence. What are you thinking or not? I don't know how anybody has confidence. I really don't.
Yeah, I was fixed to say, no, I ain't got confidence. I was the one that told y'all that Tennessee would go into the Alabama game with a loss from Ole Miss.
Can't stand Lane Kiffin.
Oh, no.
We all share that one.
Lane Kiffin is a horrible human being. I was just like, oh, God.
Even though I wasn't even paying attention to football at the time, Tennessee was even competitive in this game. I wasn't even alive or even thought of when Tennessee won their last title.
T. Martin. I remember that.
Sad day for humans.
And
I was talking about that this morning with my wife because, and we've talked about it all the time on here. JP would bring it up all the time, talking about how, the kids, they don't pull for Tennessee. They pull for Alabama. They pull for Clemson. Kids that grew up in East Tennessee are pulling for other teams. We're a generation away. We've said it over and over and over. Josh Heupel has to get it done. We are a generation away from that stadium being empty.
Yep.
If you don't fix it, eventually it's going to turn over. That stadium's going to be empty. UT Punkin, I see you got Smokey there with you hanging out. What do you think? You think Tennessee has a chance tonight?
What do you think, Troy? Fit? No. Tennessee? Which one? Yeah, he's a good boy. He thinks we're going to get it.
He may know more than we know. What about you, Tim Bradley? I see you you left the church function to go hide behind it looks like a barn. You're at a barn somewhere.
No, I'm out here watching my kid on the playground.
That's a good father. Hey, Talkin VAWLS is live. It's a fan call-in show. It's my one time a week I get to go on. I got to leave the kids alone.
Hey, Boogie, you talked about the kids not liking Tennessee nowadays. Well, I can guarantee you there's 5 of them living down at my house, and they'll pull for Tennessee or live somewhere else.
That's right, Tim Bradley.
That's because you raised them right. You raised them right.
That's what I'm talking about.
You see a lot of ball stuff around here in my neighborhood. There's a lot of orange in my neighborhood when I go out. It's like there's still a lot of Titan stuff and a lot of ball stuff right here. There's some Florida and Georgia as well.
But remember, think back. Good Lord, how many years ago? It used to be different. And that's why we talked about last week, the Ole Miss game felt like the old days because everybody was talking about Tennessee leading up to that game. The good old days, you couldn't drive to Walmart without seeing Power Tees on every single car. It's not, it ain't like that anymore. And you're close. Well, I don't know. What are you, an hour from Knoxville?
Well, no, 3 hours.
Oh, is it 3?
Yeah, I'm right here in
the geography of Tennessee.
I'm only about 30 minutes away from the stadium itself without traffic now.
So how many Power Tees, how many flags do you see flying on a game day?
Most of my county. I mean, most of my county still pulls for Tennessee, but you see Georgia stickers, you see Florida stickers around here. In Walmart the other day, I just about got into a fight with Florida. I mean, stuff gets wild around here.
We keep it classy here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. Ron Cantrell, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate it. You now have access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis. And also, if you want to join the show, the link is on the community tab. Go check it out. Go jump in the chat. I do want to say we got 234 people watching live, which is great for a tailgate show. I think a few people tune in and they're like, yeah, this is a hot mess. These tailgate shows are a disaster.
They're fun.
They're fun. This is when I say it's your show. This is why. I love to have you guys on and share the platform with you guys. But if you're still watching, all 239 of you, go ahead and hit that thumbs up just below the video. We would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, We'll be live immediately following the game, so tune in for the post-game show. Either we will drink together and mourn, or we'll celebrate together. Either way, sure we'll be drinking either way, to celebrate or to mourn. JP, how's it going, buddy?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. I'm grilling some elephant steaks right now.
You know, it'd be weird if you were ever actually on, like a YouTube channel and had a professional setup versus somebody said it looks like you dropped your camera.
Yeah. I think my finger was in the way, actually. But yeah. I just wanted to jump on here because, like y'all know, this is my game. This is the one, and man, these last 14 years have been tough. They ain't no doubt about it, for sure. So,
well, before you sign off, let me address this. Antonio said earlier he wants this game to be closer. He wants it to be a fight. He wants it to be a struggle. JP, what would you prefer to see on Saturday when Tennessee takes on Alabama?
I'd rather see maybe in 1995 a 41-14 Vols butt whooping is what I'd like to see.
I could go.
I'm sure you would like to see that.
That would be nice.
Yeah. We would, Antonio. I can promise you. I told my dad today, I don't smoke, but I'm telling you what right now, if Tennessee was to win tonight, I'm running over here to a convenience store about 10 minutes from my house, and I'm buying whatever kind of cigars they have.
A Swisher Sweet.
And no, not just one, Boogie. I'm buying the whole box, and I'm chain smoking them until I go to work Monday morning.
Like a freight train.
That's right.
I'm down with that.
All right, guys. Peace out. Go Big Orange. Antonio, good luck, I guess.
We need it, man. I was like, this is going to be the hardest game of the year.
Yeah, certainly so. Yeah. Go Vols. See y'all.
See, I told you later, JP. I told you guys, Antonio's already winning them over. He's winning them over with his personality. Just because he's an Alabama fan doesn't mean you have to hate the guy.
JP's all in. JP's all in.
Oh, goodness gracious. Pumpkin, be honest with me. Don't talk to your dog. Don't give me your dog's prediction. How you feeling going into this one?
I think if Hooker stays healthy and Tyon gets to play and we got a full offensive line, I think we're going to be able to hang with them. There was a couple seasons where we lost like 9-10, kept it close. So I think if we stay healthy, we can, keep it within a score or two.
Are you guys, Tim? I'll throw this one at you. You're coming around on Josh Heupel. Watching the game. If it's within 1 or 2 scores,
yeah.
Are you happy with that?
Still nothing.
Yeah, if they keep it competitive, I won't say I'm happy with it. I'm never happy to take a loss, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, it's like Dauber said on the midweek show. The depth issues are going to become apparent in this game. But at the same time, I mean, that's why they play the game. And this game is Alabama's more of a memories game for me. I kind of came of age during the Florida rivalry, but my grandmother was from outside of Birmingham, and she was a Bammer till the day she died. And, so I kind of grew up over at my grandparents' house. It was a house divided, and this game's got a lot of memories tied to it for me.
So what you're saying is your family had some Alabama in them, and you said, I'm smarter than that. I'm not going to go down that path. Antonio.
It's actually funny. Granny would sit in the kitchen most of the time because everybody else in the family was wearing orange. But now, as soon as Alabama beat us, she'd be out there rubbing it in our face.
Yeah. Normally how it goes.
This is not good, man.
Pouring it on Clemson. That loss is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I was fixing to bring that up.
I keep getting in trouble for bringing that Pitt game back up, but don't you want to have that one back? Especially now seeing what Pitt's doing, man.
Yeah, it'd have been a different game if Hooker started.
Would have been.
I think the Florida game could have been different.
Well, Hooker started that game, though.
Well, had
More
he
experience.
First team reps.
had he been taking first team reps?
I think it would have. I don't. When I look at the schedule, I don't think it changes the outcome. But that Ole Miss game, that Pitt game, man, I want back. I want back big time.
First team reps.
I think that would have been huge going forward. You saw the cohesiveness of the offense that Milton had in those first couple of games because that's the guy who had been out there running the offense. Hooker came in late in the Pitt game, and then you saw bad snap exchanges. You saw some, bad timing. And then after the Florida game, after, 2 full weeks of practice and taking those first team reps, you saw things start to gel and fall into place for him. So, if he had taken those first team reps earlier, even in fall camp, I mean, man, ifs and buts, man, ifs and buts.
I'm gonna throw one out here real quick. Based on, I think worst case Tennessee goes 6-6.
Ooh.
Bowl game where they could potentially match up. They're not going to the Birmingham Bowl. What are these bowls at once attendance is going to take them?
Yep. Music City.
I'd like to see Tennessee go to Charlotte, whatever the hell that bowl's called now, and play Clemson and beat the doors off them. That would be big.
Holy cow.
For Tennessee.
That would be huge.
That would be fun.
That'd be huge. Let me add Captain Woodland. I did go ahead and add. I went ahead and added the link into the chat for anybody that's a non-member. You guys can come on now and hang out. I did see somebody said you guys are rude to your guests. You don't let them talk. We have a whole panel full of guests. Antonio is a welcome guest, but everyone is welcome to talk.
Man. I don't know what's going on there.
Captain Woodland got booted. Bad internet connection. Antonio, since we're not talking to you enough, I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Actually, just go ahead and make some plugs real quick because we got 230 people watching. Tell them who you are, tell them what you do, tell them what you sell, and give them some plugs where to find it.
Well, I make comics. That's one thing I do. I also have a YouTube channel. Everything that if anyone wants to connect with me outside of this fine broadcast here, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, all at Akari Press. And then you can also I'm doing a comic book with Dame Drops. You may have seen him on Netflix's Fresh Fried and Crispy or The Rachel Ray Show. I've got his comic book, Dame Drops Super Official. You can go to damecomic.com and check that out. We've got digital comics for $5 on there. So you can spend $5 and you'll get the pre-order on his digital comics. So that's basically what I do as far as that stuff. But yeah, and I have a podcast which is horrible, and I say horrible things on it. And there it is. I don't know. I didn't really come.
I know you didn't come to shill, but I'm going to let you shill anyway. Chuck's in the house. Chuck is guilty of saying that I'm going to hit thumbs down until you get Antonio off the show. Chuck is guilty of saying, turn down your radio, Chuck. I'm going to hit thumbs down until you get Antonio off the show.
We're in the mirror universe. I don't know.
I got Chuck muted until he gets it fixed. All right, has he got it fixed?
Now I can't hear you. So I'm out.
Oh, Chuck. We got to get that fixed, Chuck. I love talking to you every tailgate show. You got headphones? Hey, Chuck, if you got headphones, put them in. I'll fix that.
Chuck.
Chase, welcome to the show, buddy.
How's it going? I saw we had a Bama fan, so I wanted to add an Auburn fan to the mix.
No.
Whole state wants to jump in.
Antonio's wanting to boot him.
No. Yeah, I am not feeling Auburn at all.
What? It's just love here, man. Just love.
Iron Bowl, baby.
I can't wait this year. I can't wait this year. Well, It's odd year. It's at Jordan Hare. I feel good. Okay, so all the Tennessee fans, can I get an honest opinion on two plays from? I know you probably don't want to talk about it, but last week versus Ole Miss.
What's that?
One was the bad call. Do you think it was actually a bad call?
Which one?
Or was it the
Yeah,
right one?
Which one? Yeah.
The one that caused all the trash to be thrown on the field.
Oh,
I
I'll
think
say this about
where he
that play.
dove.
I think the
yeah,
spot
Will
was right.
Warren came
Yeah, I
across.
think the spot was right.
What bothers me about that play is the spot live on the field, because I feel like the replay didn't really give you an
That's fair.
opportunity to see if
Yeah.
it was accurate or not. So the spot on the field was terrible. The guy that spotted the ball was 20 yards downfield, has no business. What it should do is raise awareness to the SEC that you got to fix this. You know, Austin Price, I talked about this on Tuesday, but Austin Price mentioned on VolQuest podcast that we're talking about it's 2021. We can put a tracker in a golf ball and follow its flight path for 300 yards. Put a tracker in the football. Put a camera in the chain gang. Something. You got to do something to fix this. Let me do this real quick. We got more people trying to come in the show. We are packed full. Tim Bradley, give me your prediction for tonight, then we'll let you drop off the show.
I ain't predicting the score tonight, Boogie, but I'm gonna say I'm hoping.
And wishing and praying.
Yeah.
And wishing and praying, and I'm gonna go home and pray to my picture of St. John on the wall and just hold in there, man. I can't put a score on this one this week.
Well, let me say this. I hope you're living right, because I've said this to Dauber so many times on the golf course. He hits one in the woods, it hits a tree, comes back out. It's the only time all day he hits the fairway, and I just tell him he's living right. So, Tim, I hope you're living right. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Hope to see you in the post-game show.
Anytime, guys. Enjoy it.
Later, Tim.
See you, man.
Thanks.
All right, Cody, you're on the spot. Give us your prediction. Don't be a coward like Tim. I love Tim, but Tim, you fight for this country. We appreciate your service. Have some guts, Tim. Cody's going to follow it up with a horrible score prediction. I can feel it.
I'm going to go. Screw it. I think this is going to be a shootout. If our offensive line can get us some protection. I want to say 56-48 Tennessee. If it turns into a shootout.
So wait a second.
Jack Daniels is your friend, brother.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take the under on that one.
If that happens, are we all going to be celebrating moral victories even though we don't like them?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he picked Tennessee, so you know we're going to be celebrating.
Oh, I thought he said, oh, my God, it got worse. How did it just get worse?
Hey,
Cody, I thought you said no chance.
If we crack 50, if we crack 50, I'm celebrating.
Yeah. Honestly, if we crack 50, I'll come on here and I'll light up a cigar with all y'all. Because we'll be winning the game.
Wait, Cody. I thought you were
If we crack 50, if we go crack 50, I'm going to go walk around the neighborhood and see if I can find a joint to fire up on.
All right, Cody. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Hope to see you in the post-game show. Thanks for all your support, man. You've been here since probably almost day one.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Cody. Have a good one, buddy.
See you, man.
Let me hit these couple of super chats real quick. Where are we? I'm way behind. I don't pay attention, and I should.
Get him, Boogie.
Robert, 45, Tennessee for 5. Thank you for the super chat. I would not start any players that have been hurt. I would save them for Kentucky since we don't seem to have a chance.
Man,
you know,
no.
I'm not of that mindset.
Why
argued it on Tuesday?
Why even go down to Tuscaloosa?
Yep. How do you change the culture if you are?
This is the most beatable Alabama's looked.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
I would also that gave me. That's why I mentioned a while back when I mentioned the Florida game. I was like, the Florida game really made me concerned for our championship chances for this season. And then a couple weeks later, obviously Texas A&M came in, and we've got that loss now. We don't look as dominant. I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way. We'll obviously make the playoffs, I think, if we hold firm. but I don't know if we've got the juice to make it all the way and win the thing this year. I think Georgia looks incredible.
I was talking to Tim Bradley, though, that was on earlier after that Alabama loss. And we both said the same thing. You don't want to play Alabama after a loss because they play pissed off. And Nick Saban used that to light a fire under their tail.
Absolutely.
I don't want a piece of Alabama after that. I'm glad they had a game in between there. But Nathaniel Muncie for 10, nothing to say, just walks up, slaps a 10 spot on the table, walks out. Thank you for the super chat. Wow. Donovan Milliken for $20. That is a big time super chat. Thank you. Donovan says, "What up, boys? Let's go." I bet Donovan, I don't think Donovan drinks, but if he did, I bet he's been drinking since 8:00 this morning. Fallout Zone. Look, man, he's bringing it. Antonio has won him over. He wants to see Antonio come on if Bama makes the playoffs. Maybe we'll do that. It's something we did last year. We're trying to find a way to stream more.
Well, I've been wanting to do a fantasy. I play fantasy football, and I've been wanting to do a fantasy football podcast. But I remember you and I were talking about it, and you were like, "I don't really watch.
I don't watch the NFL, man."
That's why I was like, "Man, I've been wanting to get some guys together and do fantasy football because I love fantasy football." I'm working with a company, PlaceTheBets.com. They do kind of like handicapping on, like, if you play on FanDuel and DraftKings and stuff. PlaceTheBets.com. You go on there. They'll help you like kind of handicap it and set your fantasy lineup for the Sunday. It's a really cool service. So it's like I'd like to do a consistent podcast, but it's hard to find people that want to stream and keep a regular schedule sometimes. So
yeah, for sure.
Hey, Boogie, we used to wear some fantasy out.
I'll play fantasy football, but I just don't, man.
I love fantasy football, man.
I loved it, and I got burnt out because, like Indy Kid said, man, we would be in like 3, 4, 5 leagues, and so
year round.
Yeah,
everything.
We just got too much, dude. We did NASCAR, golf, hockey. We did it all. Yeah. Travis Melvin for 5. Thank you for the super chat. My friend says, "Hope we can put 4 quarters together," and he throws a bunch of oranges at us. Hopefully, he's not throwing oranges at Antonio. I think he's just putting oranges. I don't think he's throwing them at Antonio.
Oranges don't hurt. I'll take it if he is throwing them.
Dustin Sellers, you've been here for like 5 minutes, patiently waiting. What's your mindset? What's your attitude?
In his Talkin VAWLS shirt.
Yeah, I know. Look at that. Wait. Who else
put it on?
Talkin VAWLS shirt?
Good luck. I hope it brings some good luck, man.
Don't blame us.
I'm good, man. I know. I'll wear it regardless. I need plenty of orange in my wardrobe. So
right there
we go.
Boom.
How you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. Just hanging here in Nashville. I work in the hotel business, so I got a lot of Chiefs fans rolling into town for this game tomorrow. But with the Vols, man, I'm still hurting from last week, man. But I'm trying to move on. It's another one of those games, woulda, shoulda, couldas. But tonight, I hope that gives us some fire to go down there and play our best game, man. We need not just our quarterback to play well, but I want to see these wide receivers step up. I want to see our secondary have our best game of the year right now. Get some turnovers finally.
And that's one thing that we talked about is clean football, because the depth issues that this team has, because of the difference in talent. Going against a team that has the last decade been in the top tier of the SEC, and the state of the Tennessee program right now, you're going to have to capitalize on their mistakes and limit your own to even be in the game.
I've got breaking news for all the Vols fans out there. There is some help on the way. I hear that Ed Orgeron's going to be your new coach next year. Isn't that going to be great?
That ain't happening. How about them, man? Are you guys surprised by that, by him getting fired?
Well, I saw some of those pictures. That was weird. I was like, but I like the ladies myself. But I could not believe that.
It makes me a little jealous because I don't know if that's the right move or not, but it makes me a little jealous because they snapped into action pretty quick. As in the past, I think we've let things maybe linger on a little bit too long. And I feel like, Tennessee should be that elite kind of program to where if it ain't working, you're gone. But at the same time, at this point, we need stability for sure.
Yeah, I wonder how patient fans are going to be with Josh Heupel, because I think we're all in agreement for the most part, everybody on this panel, that Josh Heupel has done more with less this season. The goal for me was 6 wins. Here we are. If they can't beat South Alabama and they can't beat Vanderbilt, maybe they should go ahead and fire him and move on.
Wow.
That would be a huge red flag if that happens. I'm not expecting to beat Kentucky. I'm not expecting to beat Alabama or Georgia. Those last 2 games are winnable. Southern Life, what do you think going into this game, Tennessee, Alabama tonight? We're about to kick off here in about 30 minutes. We'll probably stick around for another 15. Do you have confidence? If you had to bet your life savings, do you feel the upset?
Let's just say I'm glad I'm not a betting man. But I don't know. I'm 25 and I've never seen this game competitive. Besides maybe was it Dobbs' team and maybe 15. They had a chance there.
Yeah.
I've been interested in college football, but I'm pumped up about this team. I mean, this year's had me pretty pumped up. The Pruitt era just about made me go into the deepest depression imaginable. But that game last week is funny. Me and the father-in-law, Darryl, was at Dollywood trying to sneak onto a free YouTube stream of the game every chance we could find. And we're driving home on I-40, and every time everybody else in the vehicle was asleep, and every time we would score or stop them, we'd wake everybody up in the vehicle. We're swerving all over I-40. We get back to the house just in time to watch Joe Milton gallop out of bounds. And I'm just sitting at the house 2:00 in the morning, just by myself watching Talkin VAWLS post-game show, just trying to cope, man. So I'm thankful for you guys for doing this stuff because it really helps me through the hard times.
I compare it to Talking Dead. It's like you watch an episode of Walking Dead, then you jump on immediately after to watch Talking Dead. That's what this show is. We've been more therapy than anything else. Ron Cantrell with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Ron. We appreciate that. Says, I feel like UT's strengths and Bama weakness works for us.
Couple
What is
things
Bama's?
real quick.
Go ahead, Andy.
Couple things. McKee tweeted Hooker, Cooper, Tyon all going through workouts. Looks like they're playing.
I like Hookers.
And the funniest comment of the night. I gotta highlight this one. What an ironic comment. Tennessee fans are classless, from the most classless, sorriest fan base that walks this earth. Wow.
Wait, can we all agree?
It all tonight.
We got Tennessee fans. We got an Alabama fan.
Georgia's the worst.
We all hate Georgia. They're the worst fan
no
base.
contest.
Like, horrible.
Waste of air.
I think that was the verified account, by the way.
Yeah, it
I
probably
think that
was.
the verified account of Georgia.
I think we got more subscribers than the verified account of Georgia. Pretty sure.
Congrats on 9,000, by the way, guys. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. You guys share out the links, smash the thumbs up, tell an aunt, tell an uncle, tell your cousin about Talkin VAWLS, because you guys help blow this thing up. We appreciate it. Fallout Zone, right from a Georgia Bulldog. Yeah, it's comical. It is comical. Lucas Sharp, they bark like dogs. Tells you all you need to know.
Hey, dogs bite, man. That's all. I know that.
These don't bite. They
not
bark.
Georgia.
They have
not
no
Georgia
bite.
Bulldogs. They don't bite.
They bite their ass. That's all they bite.
It's so true. Like, that's a perfect comment. They run their mouths as if they're Bama, and it's like, you've not done anything that Alabama's done. Like, it's a joke, man. It's a joke.
I don't know. They look really good this year. I'm keeping my mouth shut because I have a feeling we're gonna end up facing them in the SEC championship. So I'm like,
they'll find a way to screw it up. They will find a way to screw it up.
Their quarterback play, man. I think quarterback's gonna come back to bite them when it comes down to it.
I love their running game. Their running game is amazing, and I'm real nervous about Georgia. I kind of overlooked Texas A&M. That was obviously a mistake, and put that blemish on the record and made us drop down. I see we're back number 4 on the AP ranking right now, but you never know.
Look, if there's one thing, Georgia sports knows how to do. They know how to snatch a loss from the jaws of victory better than anybody.
Let's hope the other pro team down here doesn't do that. I was
going to say, is he taking a shot at the Braves?
Oh, look, you look. No.
I watched all those Braves World Series teams. Oh,
no, it's happened. I'm a Falcons fan. 28-3. Nobody remembers.
Oh, goodness.
Georgia's done it a few times in the national championship.
Live.
Yep.
The Braves. I mean, it's hopefully
at least they did win one
tonight. So
the Braves got that magic going on this year, though, man. It feels different. It feels different.
We'll see. I agree. I think so too. They're in a good spot, but man, it's can't help but have memories of last year.
Astros won the pennant. I saw that. I was like, hey, Astros. Pitching. All right.
Mm-hmm. All about pitching.
Oh, that pitching is living in Houston. I love it. Go get it. 3 times in 5 years is awesome. So there you go. Hey, you got a very passionate crowd here in this chat, man.
Are they yelling at you yet?
No, they're not.
You won them over. You won them over. You won them over.
They clearly love the Tennessee Volunteers, which is I'm not mad at you for that. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what do you think? What do you think is worse? I'm almost 40, and so I remember the good old days. You think it's worse to have lived through that and how good it was for so long, or is it worse to have never experienced it and be going through all this for 15, 20 years?
It's crazy because, like, the Southern Life down here, like we talk every now and then.
Never.
We talk every now and then on Facebook, and it's like you talk to somebody like that, and they're like, "I've never experienced the good years." But then you talk to like the 3 of us, and you talk to JP, and we're like,
"We were spoiled by 9-win seasons."
Worse. We grew up in like the worst generation because they were so good.
A 9-win season, you're like, man, come on.
How many times have we said on there? You get into November, and it's like Vanderbilt, Kentucky, those type of games, and it's like you're not. Now I'm not stressed because Alabama's going to beat the brakes off of them. Back then I wasn't stressed because you knew Tennessee was going to win. It wasn't. I don't know. I see it.
Tennessee was very competitive when I was like in high school. Like you go from Heath Schuler to Peyton Manning, and then T. Martin. I felt bad. I wanted Peyton Manning to actually win a national championship. I was very upset about that because I always liked him, and then he goes to the NFL and T. Martin takes that team and he win the championship, and I was like, that was a little bittersweet, No disrespect to T though, but I had wished that was Peyton.
Wayne says, "Keep your head up, Southern Life. You'll experience it. It's coming."
Right.
I hope you're right, Wayne. I hope you're right. That's a good question, though. That's a good question. Indy Kid, you want to expand on that?
I mean, it's it is a good question. I mean, I'm happy I've seen a national championship in my lifetime and remember it well.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, back when, we were still living there, it was surprising in school to see kids with Tennessee stuff on. I started seeing more stuff that was not Tennessee, it seemed like, than it was. And, man, that's a tough one. That's one to make it. I'll have to say from my point of view, I'm happy we experienced it. I'm happy we know what the program is because I think a lot of these younger ones, they're just hearing about it, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm yet to see this." I think this is an urban legend.
Right.
I don't think it's happening. So.
Right.
I'll tell you, it's like every year we go to Florida on vacation, right? And on the drive down there, I'm always decked out my Tennessee stuff, right? I'm just tired of getting laughed at in Cracker Barrel in the morning at all these Alabama fans walking in. Like, dude, stop laughing at me, man.
No, going to Cracker Barrel after a horrible loss is the worst, dude.
They've not even played yet, and they're laughing at me, man.
I've done that. I've done that Sunday morning, and it's like, it's like terrible.
Like I want my hash brown casserole with eating peas. Okay,
there you go.
Jeez.
We're getting ready to wind this thing down and wrap it up. Southern Life, give us a prediction what you're looking for tonight, and then we'll get you out of here, buddy.
Say 42-28 Alabama. I'm gonna be realistic.
That's not a bad.
I hope
prediction.
not, but
But thanks for coming on. We appreciate the support. You always show up in the live chats. We appreciate it. So hope to see you in the post-game show.
I'll see you guys.
Have a good one, buddy.
See you, man.
All right, Dustin, you're up. You're on the spot. Give us a score prediction. What you're looking for tonight.
Oh, man. I'm hoping our defense can help us out and slow them down, similar to the way we kind of slowed down Ole Miss. I'm going to say let's go 28-23 Tennessee.
Oh,
goodness gracious. I'm in. I'll have what he's drinking. Let's go. Man, I tell you what, how great is the post-game show going to be right here if Tennessee shocks the world? I don't believe it, but if, it's going to be a great celebration. Dustin, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it, man. You're very generous.
Always.
You're a big-time super chatter. I love the fact that you pick up merchandise. Can't thank you enough, man. Thanks for the way that you support this channel.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.
Appreciate you, man.
See y'all.
See you, man.
All right. We're down to 3 volunteers, a Bammer, and an Auburn fan. What a great show. What a great network we have created. We got Auburn fans, Georgia fans, everybody. Welcome. Chase,
Talkin Tide. That is what the show is called now.
That's what you're going to change. You're going to change the name of your YouTube channel to. It'll blow up and have 50,000 subscribers, and I'll be pissed. Chase, give us your neutral prediction. What do you think tonight?
All right, my neutral prediction is 38-17 Bama, but I really hope it's reversed and it's 38-17 Tennessee, but we'll see.
I hope so too. I got to ask you, because you are an Auburn fan. Like, are you a regular listener of Talkin VAWLS? Listener of Talkin VAWLS? You're always, what is your YouTube?
No,
name
I completely
different?
caught you last week. No, I have a YouTube channel for Auburn, so it's the Infinite
Cool,
Auburn.
plug it.
But I caught you guys last week. Yeah. If any Auburn fans happen to be, if there's one or two of you in the chat, Infinite Auburn, I do Auburn football YouTube stuff. And there's another group I collaborate with sometimes, the War Rapport. They also do Auburn stuff as well. But 38-17 Tennessee is what I'm predicting. But I found you guys last week after all the drama at the end of the Tennessee Ole Miss game. That was a pretty fun post-game show, I must say. But I was just in the chat on that one.
Awesome, man.
It was fun. It was fun.
We're very emotional after games, but thanks for coming on. And let me say this: I appreciate you. You came on, hung out, talked. Never once tried to shield or plug anything. So I'm glad you got that plug in there. Thanks for coming on, guys. Go subscribe. Infinite Auburn on YouTube. Show him that Talkin VAWLS reach. Go give him a sub. Thanks for coming on, Chase.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Hey, you too. Thanks.
And then there were 4.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's been a minute since we've thrown up the 4. Wait. I should be more prepared.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
You should have me falling asleep. I remember you used to play that clip of me falling asleep when we were streaming that time. That was crazy.
Man, those pay-per-view watch parties were rough. They were rough.
Remember, I fell asleep. We were watching the AEW, and they panned the camera over to Mike Tyson, and he was asleep right there. And then they realized he was asleep. They had to cut off of him.
I just watched that actually just recently. I was watching that pay-per-view back, and oh gosh, hilarious.
We were watching that live though. I remember that was the good old days.
The good old days. The good old days. I miss streaming with you. I don't miss doing the wrestling council. I'll be honest. Let me do this. Let me shill a little bit here before we wrap this thing up. Pick up some Talkin VAWLS merch. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We got the new retro VAWLS design. Tank tops, 3/4 sleeves, all kinds of different styles. Also, you can pick different colors. The State Pride merch. I love seeing Dustin come on the show tonight rocking that Talkin VAWLS merch. We appreciate all the support. But again, it's bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Don't forget to join us live immediately following the game. As soon as we can get fired up, we'll be right back here. Antonio, throw some plugs at him again real quick before we get out the door here.
Let me see. DameComic.com, DaymComic. You can go and get Dame Drop Super Official. And pay attention to my good friends if you play fantasy football at placethebets.com. That's the only things I'm playing. That's it.
One last super chat here. Adam Cook throws a 20 spot at us before we head out the door. Thank you, Adam, for the super chat. Says I was 7 in 1998, but I remember screaming at the TV when we lost to LSU. And the wait, he's got the year wrong here. Maybe was he 7 in 2001?
No, he was 7 in 98.
Oh, that's what threw me off. I was thinking he was talking about 98.
There's a comma there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I can't read, man. I can only do so much. I mean, I can only carry this show so long before I cave under the pressure. Let me start over. I was 7 in 98, but I remember screaming at the TV when we lost to LSU in the SEC championship. That's my first real memory as a Vols fan. That and losing to Auburn twice in a season, hoping for something else. Me too, Adam. And thank you for the super chat. You got your money's worth because I had to read it 3 times before I could get it out. That's what happens. You guys that watch the videos, I try to read an article. I mispronounce things. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I'm just one man. And this is just one channel. Fallout Zone says, great show, guys. Thanks for hanging out, Fallout Zone. We appreciate it. You're always in the chat. We're going to wrap this thing up. We got about 15 minutes till kickoff. Thank you guys for joining. If you haven't done it yet, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, click that bell, all that good stuff. That's going to wrap it up for this one. He's Dauber. He's the Indy Kid. He's my good friend, Antonio Bryce. My name's Boogie Bentley. I just got one thing left to say, and that is.